Freedom begins the moment someone chooses to care. For a long time, so long that even the neighbors could no longer remember when it started, Ragnar lived at the end of a short chain in a forgotten backyard. His world was small and silent. A patch of dirt, a rusted fence, and the steady passage of days that brought nothing new. He did not know the softness of grass under his paws, nor the comfort of a gentle hand resting on his head. Life, for Ragnar, had become something to endure, rather than something to enjoy. When rescuers first saw him, they were struck by how still he was. Ragnar did not bark. He did not pull against the chain. He simply stood there, thin and exhausted, as if he had learned that resistance no longer mattered. His body showed the signs of a long struggle: severe malnutrition, fragile skin, and fur missing in wide patches. But it was his eyes that told the deepest story. Once full of curiosity, they now held a quiet emptiness, shaped by years of neglect and isolation. How many times had he waited for someone to notice him? That moment finally came when a rescue team stopped and truly looked. They could not walk away. Ragnar was freed from the chain and carried to a veterinary hospital, where his journey toward healing began.
Hola, mi amor, guapo. Diga, hola, aquí estoy en mi cuarto, bien echadito. Ay, qué maravilla, cómo le está creciendo.
The veterinarians were immediately concerned. His immune system was dangerously weak, his skin infections extensive. And his body lacked the strength it needed to recover on its own. The road ahead would not be easy, and no one pretended otherwise. Treatment began with patience and care. Ragnar received fluids to stabilize him, medication to control infection, and carefully planned meals to slowly rebuild his strength.
Profundizar más en el área renal, ¿verdad? Que es la que tiene más afectada por el momento. Les estaremos.
Day by day, the team watched closely, celebrating even the smallest improvements. But progress was not linear.
Bueno, aquí tenemos al Ragnar comiendo un poquito del pollito que nos han estado donando. Queríamos enseñarles cómo ha estado mejorando de su piel.
Some days, his skin seemed to heal, only to flare up again. His weight remained stubbornly low.
Vean qué bien que está. Miren cómo le está saliendo pelito. Vean, vean, vean. Todo esto que ven aquí, y que no se me queda quieto, es pelito. Y en la cara se le ve.
The emotional scars were just as challenging. Ragnar flinched at sudden movements and kept his distance, unsure whether this kindness would last. Then came a turning point that changed everything. After further testing, the veterinarians discovered that Ragnar would need an advanced stem cell transplant to give his body a real chance to recover.
Recibiendo su transfusión sanguínea. Acá lo vamos a estar monitoreando todos sus parámetros. Y bueno, pronto les estaremos contando cómo.
It was a complex and risky procedure, one rarely available to dogs in his condition.
Porque Ragnar sigue bajándole el
For a moment, hope felt fragile, but compassion has a way of opening unexpected doors. A suitable donor was found, and the medical team prepared for the surgery with extraordinary care. The procedure was successful. In the days that followed, something remarkable began to happen. Ragnar's body responded.
Pero vean cómo vienen los...
His skin slowly calmed and new fur began to grow, soft, golden, and warm. His appetite improved, and for the first time, he showed interest in the world around him.
Haciendo un montón el pelito. Ven qué belleza. Y está súper activo, ya quiere jugar.
One quiet morning, a volunteer noticed his tail move, just slightly. It was the smallest gesture, but it felt like a celebration. Could this be the beginning of trust? As Ragnar regained strength, his personality emerged.
El pacientito Ragnar recibiendo su transfusión sanguínea. Acá lo vamos a estar.
He learned that hands could bring comfort, not harm. He discovered the joy of short walks and the simple pleasure of standing in the sunlight.
Y que nos ayuden. Estamos pidiendo donaciones el día de hoy para Ragnar.
Each step forward was a victory shared by everyone who had cared for him. Throughout this journey, one family followed his progress closely. They had seen his story, believed in his recovery, and supported his medical care while waiting patiently for the day he would be ready to leave the hospital. That day finally arrived. Ragnar was strong enough to go home, not just any home, but one filled with understanding and love. His new life was everything his old one had not been. A soft bed replaced the cold ground. Open spaces replaced the chain. For the first time, Ragnar ran freely, feeling sand beneath his paws and the ocean breeze on his face. His eyes, once empty, now sparkled with curiosity and calm confidence.
Entonces ahí le mantendremos informados. Él se ha mantenido bastante alerta, bastante estable, por dicha, ¿verdad? Entonces vamos a ver cómo sale este hemograma el día de hoy. Bueno, acá estamos con Ragnar.
Today, Ragnar is no longer defined by what he endured. He is defined by what he became, a symbol of resilience, healing, and the quiet power of compassion. His story reminds us that even the most wounded souls can recover when given time, patience, and unwavering care. Have you ever wondered how much one act of kindness can change a life?
Como ácaros, etcétera, para poder entonces iniciar con un tratamiento con Ragnar. Él, aparte de eso, ha estado muy bien, con muy buen ánimo. Si ven el montón de...
If Ragnar's journey touched your heart, please share his story so others can see what love can do. Leave a comment and tell us which moment stayed with you the most. By sharing these stories, you help ensure that more animals like Ragnar
debemos mantenerlo hasta que lo del trasplante de la médula de las células madres empiecen a dar efecto, y eso es a 3 a 4.
get the chance they deserve. Because freedom, once found, is a miracle worth passing on.